I watched that what was that presidential whatever where Biden got up there and talked, and I was listening. Everybody knows I'm not political. I don't get into politics, not getting all that shit. But when I was listening to him talk, I was wondering, is Biden doing a big pharma commercial? Because I think he said vaccine and booster every other word. It sounded to me like he was promoting big pharma. We know who's funding him. Shalom's following the show. Welcome in the rock. That's got nothing to do with this video. I just wanted to say that because I find it very interesting listening to him speak. Like, dude, this dude, you need to make sure you get your vaccine because, those of you that don't get your vaccine, you're not patriotic, and you're damn right I'm not patriotic. But you need to get your vaccine and your boosters because the hospitals are going to be filled with people who aren't vaccinated. But you do understand that the people in hospitals now a lot of them are, especially in New York, are vaccinated. Okay, let's not discuss facts. Let's just move on. In this video, I want to talk about learning about the things that you can while you can. Learn the skills, learn the things that you can while you can. While you have the opportunity, while the information is readily available, while you can still use the information. Learn what you can. And I'm talking about in all things. First of all, about your walk with the Father, your salvation, learn what the truth is. Learn that we are not supposed to be abolishing and taking away the law and living in lawlessness. We are supposed to be living within the law, the confines that Yah has prescribed for us because it's better for us anyways. But it pleases the Father. Sin is defined by transgression of the law. So learn what the Bible really says. And after you've done that, learn all you can. Acquire all the skills, first aid skills. If you can learn it, you can take a class on the internet, if you can get CPR certified, go do it. Learn. If you can learn how to use your firearm, if you don't have a firearm, get yourself a gun, legally, of course, and learn with it. Train with it. Get to know somebody that may have some land and may know some basic safety first and basic drills where you can become at least semi-proficient with their firearm. At least semi. If you can't afford, professional training, shit, get with some brothers that can shoot a firearm, and shoot it accurately. Have some drills. Shit, we do that here. And I'm pretty damn proficient on my firearms. Learn to grow food. If you don't know how to grow food, if you don't know how to put seeds in the soil and grow some food, learn it. Building. Brothers, if you've talked about, I want to get some land, I want to build my house, learn how to build. Learn auto mechanics. Learn to sew, sisters. If you don't, learn to sew. Get with some sisters who could teach you and help you. Because this is not the time to be running around stupid. And I'm just being real. This ain't the time to be running around not knowing how to do stuff. There are opportunities out there to make some extra cash. And as the system goes down further and further, you may want to learn how to make some cash outside of going to your 9 to 5. They're talking about chipping people now who are vaccinated. You see where this shit is going? Do you see where this shit is going? It's going to the place that we all didn't and hoped that we would not be going to at this point in time. Everybody's, I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time. Well, now you're starting to realize you don't. You don't have the time. You don't have the 10 to 15 years you thought you had. You're now looking at it like, man, what do I have 1 year? Do I have 3 years? And that's not a whole lot of time when you think about all the things that you're trying to do. When I think about being here on the rock and knowing that I've been here for over half a decade and I've made leaps and bounds and of progress, and I still need a lot more time, and to think that I don't have it. Because you're either spending that time to make money in the system, or you're spending that time on your homestead. I'm selling seeds and doing stuff like that, but it takes time. But you got to learn something. If you wanted to learn how to weld, brothers, learn how to weld. I taught myself how to weld. I taught myself how to do rain catching. I taught myself how to do solar. I taught myself how to work with clay. I taught myself how to build my home. I taught myself auto mechanics. Well, when I say teaching myself, is I had enough motivation to go and learn from people who, whether it be on YouTube or whether it be sitting at the feet and humbling myself to somebody who could teach me. And I learned a lot. I sat at their feet and I worked with many brothers to learn the skills that I have. And some of them say, hey, you know more about this thing than I do now. Well, hallelujah. You're going to have to invest your time into doing something outside of bullshitting. Because no matter what you think and how you feel, what's coming is coming. And I keep saying that. It's coming. You know, the things that we are facing right now, so there's just so much going on that sitting back and remaining foolish is not the answer. I mean, you can do it if you choose to, but it's going to cost you. You need to be in a position right now, your mind needs to be like a sponge. You need to be learning as many of the old paths as you possibly can. And you need to really be in a place of forsaking a lot of this modernization, a lot of these modern ideas. And I don't care if you make hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay, maybe not you. I don't care if you make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, I was talking with somebody, and I was letting them know, you know, people are so excited about all these what they call high-paying jobs, and they're falling into the same trap. Because the trap is this: yeah, you've been making $20 an hour at a fast food restaurant, but the prices are rising with it. So if you're not wise with that job that you just got and taking advantage of the opportunity that you have at that point in time, at $20 an hour, you're going to end up stuck in the same position. Because while you're making $20 an hour, every item around you is raising. Every item that you buy is raising 5-10%. So for every dollar you spend, instead of you getting $1 worth of goods, you're now getting 95 cents or 90 cents worth of goods. And when you take a look at that 10% across the board, 5% across the board with everything you buy, that adds up quickly. So you can't be so, ooh, look at me, I'm making all this money. Yeah, you're blowing a lot of it too. Was it Patrick Ewing, when he was the union president of the NBA, said, we make a lot of money, but we spend a lot of money too. You shouldn't be that person. You shouldn't be the person that makes a lot of money and spends a lot of money too, unless you're spending that money wisely. Unless you're spending that money very wisely. And one of the areas you could spend that money is learning some doggone skills. If you want to buy some land, learn to cut down a tree so you don't land that tree on your car or your house or your family. Learn some doggone skills, brothers and sisters. And especially for, the Bible says the rich man is known for his riches and the poor man for his skills. So if you're not a man that's wallowing around in money and can pay everybody to do everything, you better learn some skills. And I'm serious, because your life may depend on the skills that you know. Your life, your family's life may depend on the things that you know or don't know. It's a wonderful thing to know that at any point in time, the sisters here, they can sew almost any article of clothing that needs to be sewed. Almost any article. They have everything that they need to sew, not just one, two, but hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of those same articles, because they have the things that they need. Because I spent the money to get the things that they need so that they could be sufficient in providing clothing if and when need be. And they do it right now. But now it's kind of a hobby. They're very good at their hobby. They're very, very good at everything, making onesies to cloth diapers to T-shirts to skirts to dresses to almost, you can ask them to make something and they can make it. They can make it. But it took the investment, first of all, so I didn't spend my money on a bunch of bullshit. I invested in myself. I invested into them. I invested into us. And I funded their skill. The vision that I was on led me to they need to be proficient in this area. And now they are. Now the children even are. So you just can't play this game right now. You can't be playing the game of, well, I got time and it's okay. And because whether you sit back and you think you got time or not, they're moving. You know what I mean? The powers that be are moving. They're pushing this agenda faster than you think. If you could get past that senile man up there talking and trying to tell us, well, doing his big pharma commercial, if you could get past the fact that it was a commercial, you would have heard that there's an agenda that they are pushing big time. And then all you gotta do is watch the news and not the news. Read some articles on some alternative news sites. Some of them, because even though a lot of those are bought out now. You'll see it. There's an agenda they're being pushed. There's a food agenda being pushed. There's a work agenda being pushed. There's an agenda. They're working as hard as they possibly can to make it to a point where if you do not acquiesce and play by the rules that they are setting, that you're going to be ostracized. They're going to unfellowship themselves with you. And when you are in those metropolitan areas and you are unfellowshipped by the society as a whole, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So learn the skills now. I mean, come out of her as a whole right now. And that's more than just relocating. Because it ain't going to be pretty. And who knows how much time we have left. All we can see is that they're pushing their agenda faster and faster, while those of this faith seem that they're moving slower and slower. If they're moving faster and faster, we should be moving faster and 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 faster. Because Yah was always known, if you read the book, for warning his people first of what was coming. That's how loving he is. He warns his people about what is coming, so that those that heeded his call and obedient will obey and will do. Bless y'all. Have a great, productive day. We are going to have a live stream this Shabbat, Saturday, at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. Looking forward to seeing y'all there. Shalom.